Well, welcome everybody. The other night I was going to do the fiberglassing, but I got off into the doodads and I didn't have any paper towels. But I got some paper towels now, and I got some paper for the floor to keep the resin from dripping on the floor. So we're going to do some fiberglass work. And I thought I would share this. I forgot all about I forgot all about ordering this. I ordered this about a month ago. Amazon usually doesn't take a month to get me this stuff, and I forgot all about it. Well, the Bob Ross of sanding has to have some sandpaper. So this bag here is 3M Stick It, but what is it? Is it, well, this is another roll of 320. Huh. I wonder what happened. And this is a roll of 180. So we're in there, but it's a little late. The airplane's done. So we got another roll of 320. It'll last me another year, and this will last me quite a bit of time. I still have I don't know. I still have that much left from the other roll, so we got to resupply it on the 320. I do not know why this took so long to get here. Anyway, enough of that. We'll get down to the business of fiberglass. I did find this is a 14.6 rev up. We're going to make into a 15.6 rev up. I'm going to run on my PA 75, and we're going to make a carbon prop out of this. We'll use this as the mold. Anyway, let's get a little working room here. This is a bank of rev up props. Okay, I was going through spinners. Let's go to this other camera as well. Let's see what happened to that. Okay. And I hate not being able to see these. These screens are just so tiny. We'll go there. And transition. Hey guys. Good evening, Alan. I was going through spinners to see which spinner we're going to run on it. We got the Medusa spinner at Medusa spinner complete at 60. Let's see here. 18 grams. That's a Randy spinner, no backplate. There's the backplate. That includes the backplate. Then we got a Randy spinner at 38 grams. We got a spinner that John and I reworked. They're 25 grams. So it's going to be the Medusa spinner for sure. And I got to get that big prop made into a carbon prop and get it down to half, no more than 3/4 of an ounce. Need to get rid of this. We don't want to get any smuts on my picture. Get some carbon. Okay, now we got a little room to work. Not much, but a little. Put the sticks in here. Oh, can't put the knife in there. I'll never find it. Put this back over here. I can hardly wait till I get my toolbox from Dan. Okay, we have a place to work. Hey, buenos tardes, Brazil. Except they speak Portuguese. So this is 1/2 ounce fiberglass cloth. Got low sizing, I mean like no sizing, so that's kind of what you want. It's pretty pliable. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get kind of a cutout of the material, how much material we need. And I hate this because you never can get it back in the package. Let's see, it's going to be, well, might as well just go for it. Not going to be able to get it back in the package. There's a couple things about fiberglass you need to know. If you put it on the bias, it'll go around the corners easier, but you definitely need to get enough material to get the whole nose to the leading edge. So looks like we're going to be needing about that much. So we'll cut out about a square foot out of this. And I got glass everywhere. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm cutting a square foot out of this. Maybe a little longer, maybe 12 by 18. And I gotta try to get it back in the package. This stuff's pretty expensive. It's about $18 a yard. A yard will last you, it won't last me long, but it'll probably last you a lifetime. So I'm not going to do the cowl tonight. I'll just do the nose. We're sanding. So I'm going to try to get this back in the package. And what happens is it just gets wadded up. It won't go back in there, I can guarantee that. Not easy anyway. This stuff is like angel hair. So, just the way it goes. It's about as good as I'm going to get it. Well, maybe another half fold. try to stuff it back in the package. They must have an automatic folding machine that folds this stuff. Have to get a bigger bag. But you definitely want to take care of it because, like I say, it's $18 a yard. Pretty pricey. Okay. I've already cut up a piece of 64th ply that I'm going to use as a spatula. The first thing I need to do is take the cowl off. The weight is starting to come up already. I only got 10 ounces to go to finish. Everything has to be done in 10 ounces. The paint, the pilot, the canopy, the fillets, everything. In order for me to make my weight. Okay. Like I say, I'm working in the bathroom. That's what I call this place. Try to build an airplane in your bathroom. I took some masking paper from work today to put on the floor so we don't drip any resin on the carpet. That should be enough. I think if the lady who runs this apartment knew what I was doing in here, she'd freak. She's seen my airplanes in here. She said, "Oh, those are lovely." Yeah, but you don't know what I'm doing. See how tidy I am, because this will show. This will show. Okay. So I put paper on the carpet. Got to keep them happy. So the first thing I'm going to do is test fit this, make sure that it's going to lay down right. You don't want to put it on straight. You want to put it on the bias. It looks like it'll lay down nicely. Okay, so we know we got enough. We know it's right. Now I'm going to mix these in solo cups. I usually use my 3M cups, but we're going to just mix it in solo cups. Now the weapon of choice for me for doing this job is Z-epoxy. So we got our Harbor Freight acid brushes. Part of the thing you can do with a Harbor Freight acid brush, take a pair of side cutters, crimp them real good. I put two crimps in it real good. But not only that, take some CA and you hold the brush at an attitude like this and put some CA on the heel of the brush. I can't say that'll stop all the hairs from coming out, but it'll sure help slow them down. So we got one ready to go. Well, it was a big scare that Z-epoxy was going out of business. Man, I got 5 kits of Z-epoxy. And come to find out, that was BS. They weren't going out of business. Just like everything in life, bunch of nonsense. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat the inside of this cowl too. I'll do the outside tomorrow night with fiberglass. I don't want to get too involved with more than I can chew in one night. Come this weekend, we're going to start putting the other doodads in the front. Them big swooping fillets. So I want to get this going. Z-epoxy is about 50-50. It's no big, it's not a science project. I just guess. It looks about right. I probably mixed up 5 times more than I need. That looks about right. Matter of fact, I know I did. But that's okay. Kind of looks like that. Be careful, because it's, I certainly don't want to spill it. Okay, the first thing I do is I paint the area where I'm going to glass. I get a coat of resin on the wood to get it start saturating. I'm only gonna, where's one of them hairs fell out of there. I'm only gonna glass back to the leading edge, but I'm gonna Z-epoxy all the way to the inside of the cockpit. And then of course we'll wipe that all off after. There's another hair. Boy, my trick didn't work too good tonight. Maybe it'll slow down. Yeah, there's another one. It wouldn't hurt anything. It just aggravates me. I should have weighed this thing, and well, I know what it weighed before, so I can tell you what a fiberglass nose is going to weigh, how much it's going to add. There's another one, shorty. It takes a few. I mean, I could probably do this all at once, but and I might do it all at once if I was back in St. Louis, but here with only an hour, we don't want to bite off more than I can chew. We're just going to do one setting. Haven't spilled any yet. I don't see a drop on the paper, so we're doing good. This is a pretty simple process, actually. You do it this way. Ah, where are you going? Okay, I got a coat of resin over the whole thing. And it's on there. It's not on there real thick, but it's on there. I mean, you can definitely see that it's on there. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get the paper towel and wipe off the nose ring because it's dripping down. Okay, now we're going to lay the glass on it. Remember, it will not add 1.5 ounces. Remember, you want to put this kind of on the bias. And what that does, if you put it on the bias, it will allow it to go around the corner. And kind of like silk spanning, just pull it tight. If this adds a 1/4 ounce, I'll be surprised the way I do this. And take your brush, and we got some air bubbles in this. You don't want any air bubbles. We'll tamp them down here. Notice I'm getting around the leading edge of that wing. I've done hundreds of airplanes this way, exact same way. Every airplane that I build is done this way. This is where you're handling it. This is the spot that has to look the best, you know, so you want it to come out perfect. Get all the wrinkles out just like silk span. Now, you think, well, that ain't no big deal. The secret is this card. Now watch this. You'll see how much comes off of this. See? I'll get more than 50% of that off. And then wipe it off. I'm not building a boat. See how much comes off? I'm just, I'm looking for a durable nose finish. Ooh, I just put it back on. And just keep wiping the excess resin off of it. I suppose you could sand it all off, but I use Z-epoxy finishing resin. Has to be finishing resin. Regular epoxy's too gummy. That's the whole point of doing these videos, to pass the information on to you guys. So when I see you, I can see that you paid attention to my tips. And since I started doing these videos, I'm watching airplanes get better and better. Now I don't know if that's attributed just to me, or maybe to Bob Hunt's Robin's View production videos, or windy videos, or whatever. But I see the airplanes are getting better. Now we scraped it off. I just can't help myself. I'm always tinkering. Try to get some more. You don't want all this stuff on there. You just want to harden all this up. No, I don't use alcohol. If it was meant to have alcohol in it, the factory would have put it in there. I've had real good success doing it this way. So I'll get you a close-up of what it looks like. Now here it's kind of up or whatever. Don't worry about it. We're going to take a razor blade and cut that. When this dries, I'll hit it with 320. That'll come right off of there. When I tissue this, I will tissue over the top of this as well. When you tissue the whole fuselage, it all blends right in. And that's basically how it's done. In 33 minutes, we fiberglassed the nose. Now I'll paint the inside of this cowl anyway. I probably could do the whole thing, but I don't know. I don't want to get too involved tonight. We'll just paint the inside. And when I paint the inside of the nose of that, I'll do the outside of this. Now, you can do 2 coats. I don't recommend it because 2 coats is weight. You know, I'm all about weight. We'll just do 1 coat and use silk span over the top of it. It's basically just there to keep your helpers from tearing up your airplane. Shoot. At least I didn't get none of that carpet. Got it on my hand. Too many holes in the bottom of this. Now the secret to this, oh, by the way, I did not make my normal 1/2 ounce. It's 3/4 of an ounce on this one. The way it goes, too much here and not good enough wood. I've slathered it on really good inside here, but you don't want to do that. You want to get it all off. But I want it to soak down into the balsa. You know, these places here are things that get handled. There's raw fuel that's going to get on it. You know, you don't think there's raw fuel, but inevitably there'll be some fuel go in it. I paint my insides of my cowls just like the outside. You know, why skimp? Because I certainly don't want Jim Lynch to go, hey, what are we doing about that? Never again, Jim. I know you're watching. You'll never get a chance to catch me again. Need to harden up these shotgun holes anyway. Okay, so the inside of the cowl is well covered. Get a paper towel, wipe it all out. Looks like I got some score sheets in there. I wonder where they're from. The Nats or Cleveland. Now, why are we wiping all this out? Because we don't want the weight. There is no sense carrying around all that extra business. Pull this out. I got mine pretty cleanly. Yeah, that works good. Heat gun does work, helps it thin out. I'm not a fan of alcohol. You can use it if you want, but I'm not a fan. Kind of like I don't use ammonia when molding wood. You know, I just use water. So that's personal preference. But heat gun works. But for what we're doing here, I'm just putting it on and wiping it off. Oop, I missed a spot. Of course, this will get fiberglassed on the outside. I'm just not going to do it tonight. And it'll get the same process that the nose got there. Put it on, wipe it off, bias the cloth. And this will get soak spanned as well. A lot of guys do carbon veil up here. I'm not a real fan of carbon veil, I gotta tell you. It just offers nothing. This sounds cool. Heavy. Takes too much material to fill it. So that's it. Okay, let's look at them score sheets, what I scored. I bet that was my last contest because these paper towels were in the car. Let's see what we scored on the last flight. course, this doesn't mean anything. These are Nat's good Nat score sheets. Dave Fitzgerald, Steve Smith, John Simpson, Wes Eakin, 36, 33, 32, 35, 32, 33, 30, 31, 34, 32, 32, 33, 30, 31, 36, 25, 531, 32, 31, 32, 38. At least the guy got it right on inverted flight. 33, 31, 29, not good. 31, 34, 27. Boy, I don't like my square eights at all. 31, 31, 30, 33, 37, and 25. 521. Fitzgerald's right in line with that. Let's see. 34, 32, 33, 29, 31, 31, 30, 29, 29, 30, 30, 30, 32, 31, 38, 31, 36, and 25. 37, 29. Well, he didn't like my reverse wing over at all. Who was that? That was Steve Smith, my buddy. Hated my reverse wing over. 30, 34, 32, 31, 29, 31, 30, 31, 32, 31, 32, 28, 30, 38, 25. Oh, well. I did make the top 20 with these two score sheets. They're in the trash now. So, scores were not the greatest, but I did make top 20, so that's all that counts. All right. We got through this project without any mess. Unbelievable. And in 43 minutes. Now, you don't want to do anything until this stuff dries. When this dries, you just take a piece of sandpaper and wick that. It'll cut it right off. A razor blade around the wing, it's gone. And then light sand 320, the whole thing. 2 coats or 3 coats of dope. And then tissue. And then 3 more coats. This, doing it this way, it blends in perfectly so you can't tell where the seam was. So when you come back and, as I've stated before or shown before, when I put this cockpit on, this will all be painted the color of the airplane before I glue the cockpit on. You get one chance to glue the cockpit on, and it better be perfect. So make sure you mark, grade, align everything up front before you glue it on, because you're going to epoxy that on. I use the stipple method where I take a straight pin and poke holes through the canopy. I dig a groove around here so the canopy fits in. The canopy needs to be painted from the inside so it doesn't show the blue superfill. Otherwise, it looks like an add-on part. When you look at my canopies, they look like they were part of the airplane, because all it takes is 2 minutes forethought on how to do it. Paint the inside of the canopy to hide the blue, glue it down, you got one shot. You make a mistake, you throw it away, you might as well cut it off and refinish the area and start again. There are no mistakes. Try to keep fingerprints off the canopy too, especially from the inside. So that's all I got. We did 45 minutes tonight. What can I say? I don't have anything profound or funny to say or anything like that. Only new stuff I got is my sandpaper. But I'm kind of excited about using this prop. These props are magic. I think it's in the beechwood though. What Dan and I are gonna try to make. What we'll do is we'll make a mold, make a prop like this. This is unobtainium. It still has the original sticker on it, so you don't want to carve on this. We'll make a mold, make a carbon prop. It'll be a half-inch longer on each end. So that'll be a 15 or a 15 inch. And I might carve on the prop here in this area right here. I don't want to change the airfoil, maybe a little under camber or whatever, because we got to get the carbon prop lighter. Because I do have a carbon rev up, and it's like a club. And the magic's not there. So we're going to try to get the magic to work in these rev ups. But the trick is to keep this one stock as the control. I got a couple of these. Keep this as the control, and then carve on the carbon one until we get what we want, and then take a mold from that one and make another prop. But hell, all these iron, there's not enough time in the day to do all this stuff. We got Dan, he's trying to build an airplane, but he's monkeying around with carbon this and that. Just glue it together, Danny. Don't worry about it. Just make it work. Close enough. So, you guys got any questions for me? And I like questions. You ask me whatever you need to. This will turn out real nice. One thing I will say about this method, if you're going to dope right over the top of this without any tissue or whatever, use primer. Dope has to have something that it can grip into, and it really can't grip fiberglass, where a self-etching primer will grab onto the glass and then the dope will grab onto the primer. What cloth am I using? I am using half ounce. Where'd it go? I guess I threw it out. Half ounce SIG fiberglass. 0.056, so it's a little bit more than a half ounce. It's low starch, so there's no starch in it. It's real malleable. Put it on the bias. Don't put it on straight across so that the weave is going straight. Otherwise, it'll wrinkle all over. But if you put it on the bias of some bias in it, you can get all the wrinkles out of it. And that's the trick to that. And make sure that you take a paper towel and wipe all the resin off. Otherwise, you're just carrying around material you don't need. All right, it's 8 o'clock. I've been on 50 minutes. And I guess we'll probably call it an evening. We'll do that hour, and I kind of hold to that hour a day thing during the work week, because I was up at 2 o'clock today. I got to stay up later tonight. I went to bed 7:30 and woke up at 2 o'clock. I don't know. So I'll eat dinner and try to stay awake. But I made it through today somehow. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, share the videos. Keep building. Please consider becoming a paid subscriber. Hit the join button down by the subscribe button. It's $4.95 a month. I mean, I haven't done any spectacular stuff for the subscribers, but you got to realize this takes a lot of work to do all this stuff, and it costs a lot of money, and it's got to come from somewhere. And I'm not making a killing. It doesn't even cover the supplies. But I'm happy to bring you this information. If you get anything out of it, throw me a tip. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. Same time. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.